So welcome back to the COS Business Podcast, the #1 podcast in the region. Today we're sitting here with Jason Alexander. He's a professional Canadian, right? Canadian?
Professional comedian.
Oh.
I hate Canada. It's a terrible place.
Okay.
I'll never go there.
Amen.
Awesome. So who's our highlighted sponsor today?
We have a little sponsor known as Franchise Succeed. Have you heard of it?
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. I've heard of this.
You've heard of this?
Yes.
No way.
That's my dad.
Tell us a little bit about
dad.
Franchise Succeed.
Oh
if
yeah,
you
he
can.
helps businesses franchise and scale.
Okay. Nice. So what's it like being a Nepo baby?
I have zero money. I guarantee I'm your poorest guest. Let me grab my phone. I can show you my bank account balance right now, and you'd be like, "This guy is not a nepo baby."
Well, I mean, a Nepo baby, like, because your dad was on Seinfeld, right?
Yeah, Jason Alexander. Yeah, dude. No, it's Jeff. No, I mean, it sucks. It sucks. I wish that my rich parents could give me money. It sucks they don't do that. But they're like, hey, if like no one gave us stuff, why are you?
No,
any
that's
different?
great. Yeah, I think it's great because I
hate it.
Yeah,
Dude.
I'm sure
I don't want to work a job. I wish I could just like not work a job and just do stand up all the time.
Yeah. That's what Shaq does with his kids. He's like, I'm rich. You're not rich.
Yeah.
I'm rich.
I've heard Shaq says that, and George Lucas. He also says that, the Star Wars guy.
who was, I think it might have been even Grant Cardone. We were just talking about that Scientologist guy.
Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
No, sorry. Oh, the other guy.
no, Grant Cardone. So someone recently was saying how they literally their kids are broke. Oh, it was Dan Martello. That's who it was. Yeah. He said that, yeah. These kids don't make money.
Yeah, I'm broke as hell. It's because like a lot of the times, at least I know for like my generation, that we're prioritizing experiences way more than long-term financial success, because like the world sucks, everything's miserable all the time. I can't buy groceries, my rent's too high. Let's go to fucking Coachella. Sorry, my bad, Dad.
Effing
Coachella. Sorry, oh, my bad. I didn't think about it. No, then I'm just like, I'm gonna go to Coachella and I'm gonna goof around because I'm not gonna ever be able to buy a house anyway. And then you just get to that point where you just make these really, really bad financial choices your entire 20s, and then you're 30 when you should have been building credit and you should have been putting money aside. Then you're just in a really bad position.
Why are you describing my life?
No, it's everybody. it's everyone like in our generation, man. It's like, because you get so pessimistic about like owning a house. Like I guarantee if you talk to like most people in their 20s, they're like the chances of you buying a house, it's like everyone's like, oh, it's like almost impossible. But if you just have like a normal stable job, you probably can make it happen.
Yeah.
Especially if you like go do the townhouse thing, rent out half, buy the other half.
Oh, yeah. There's definitely options. And like in the South, like there's way cheaper. Like here, what's the average price of a house in Colorado? Like $450,000.
Yeah, I know.
It's one reason why I think your dad went to Missouri, because the housing is really cheap there.
Yeah, it was crazy. That's why he moved to Florida and then Missouri, because he was like the same price. Like they sold their house here, like which is it was a really good location. It was like by like Woodman, and then they moved to Florida. Like, and their house was bigger and had a pool, and it was only $70,000 more.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
Yeah. So Missouri is the show me state, and I actually would.
What does that mean?
It means that you have to talk about it, and I would like you to show me on this map right here where your dad lives.
Oh no,
Bolivar. Bolivar, Missouri.
Bolivar, okay.
It looks like a used blanket.
Okay.
Right
I can point out whatever wars are going on in Europe right now too.
All right. So where does your dad live exactly?
Okay.
On this world map.
Please don't put Canada.
She's gone. Missouri, St. Louis, not there. Yeah, Missouri, probably about like kind of like lower.
Okay.
Lower Missouri, probably around there.
It is the show me state, so I just wanted to, back it up, because I'm from Missouri as well too. So just, you gotta show me.
Yeah, that's Bolivar. I was talking to my dad because I went and tried some Kansas City barbecue, dude. Overhyped. You know where the best barbecue is at? Terry Black's, Austin, Texas.
I knew you were gonna say Texas.
It is not freaking close, dude. It is not close. I've tried. Like anytime I go get barbecue somewhere, I try. Like whenever I go to a city, I'm like, I want to see what's up with this place's barbecue. And I hate that I got the right answer. I found it. I found the best barbecue. I had barbecue in all the highest rated places in like Tennessee, Georgia, South Carolina,
there's like
Florida.
5 places that claim to have the best barbecue in the United States. Kansas City is one of them. I know Texas is one of them. Austin specifically. But I'm saying 5. That's an arbitrary number. But yeah, there's a few of them that claim it.
The
And you're
Meccas.
saying Kansas City doesn't have a good barbecue?
I'm saying it's not nearly as good as Terry Black's.
It's good. It's just not.
It's good. Oh, I like barbecue's like one of my favorite foods.
What's the difference?
I would say the moisture of the meat, the taste of the sauces, and the side selection all were much better at the place I went, Terry Black's, than when I went to a pretty highly rated place in Kansas City, which I won't bring up because I'm a respectful man. But yeah, it was like it was one of the higher rated ones in Kansas City.
Oh, hold on, I got a phone call. Hello? Oh, it's actually for you, dude.
Is that dad? It was my dad.
Yeah. Hello? Are you there?
Hello? Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a first-time caller. Listen, I'm a truck driver, and I'm headed up to Manitoba. But see, I'm bumping up against my 70, so I'm going to have to do my 34 once I get up there. And I'm looking for one of them restaurants where I can get some of that poutine stuff, right? I was just wondering if that Canadian feller could give me any recommendations.
Oh yeah, I told him I was gonna meet with a Canadian today, and yeah. So I guess he has a couple questions. They actually found out he's not Canadian.
What?
Yeah, he's a comedian.
Poutine.
I would like to put this on record. I had no idea this joke was going to happen at all. I had zero idea that was going to be the bit.
Oh, I got to take this. Sorry, bye.
All right.
What the heck did you just say? I didn't
understand.
I didn't understand a word.
He was asking for poutine. Poutine?
What even is that?
It's gravy, French fries, and cheese curds. It's a Canadian thing.
That actually sounds pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You know what, guys? You guys converted me. I'm a fan of that place now.
Canadian now?
I'm a big fan of Canada.
Canada.
They're like, you got gravy and cheese curds in the same dish. I'm like, you're good in my book.
We're going to take a quick break and thank our sponsors.
Pinnacle Advanced Primary Care. Skip the healthcare hassle with Pinnacle Advanced Primary Care. Direct primary care for a simple monthly fee, putting health first. No insurance needed. Experience personalized care that's as unique as every individual. Visit pinnacleapc.com to learn more. That's pinnacleapc.com. Franchise succeed.
Grow any business with Franchise Succeed. From development to expansion, turning small businesses into national brands through franchising. Start scaling up with a free consultation at franchisesucceed.com today. That's franchisesucceed.com.
Planet Duct. Breathe easier with Planet Duct, Colorado Springs' premier air duct cleaning service. Powerful vacuum trucks rid homes of allergens and dust. Clear the air by visiting planetduct.com. That's planetduct.com.
Epic Eyewear. Elevate style with Epic Eyewear. Innovative designs meet unmatched quality, ensuring a great look and better vision. Discover your next pair of shades at epiceyewear.com. That's epiceyewear.com, spelled EPOCH eyewear.com.
And we're running a special discount right now, Andrew. It's COS BP15 for 15% off your
15% off your freaking order at epiceyewear.com. We're wearing the sunglasses right now. If you're watching, listening on the audio, definitely check out the video so you can see and check out how epic they are. EPOCH
eyewear.com.
Eyewear.com.
Now we will get back to this episode. Yeah, for the I was gonna say for the barbecue, especially in Austin, I've had it there. It's freaking delicious, man. But I'm partial. My whole family's from Texas, so we get down some barbecue for sure.
You like some Texan BBQ?
Yeah,
You've had the
I like
BBQ.
Nashville's barbecue too, though.
That's the third one.
It's just because
Nashville. I would say I would put Nashville as my number 2.
Yeah,
Number 2.
and it's affordable. It's like super affordable there for like the barbecue.
But also, when we're talking about Texas food, there's a place called Pete Harry's that I love very, very much.
Pete Harry's.
Pete Harry's in Austin, Texas, like a hamburger stand. I love that place.
Oh, what a hamburger stand!
Hamburger stand. Yeah, it's great.
Nice. So
and it's kind of like the In-N-Out of Texas a little bit, at least of Austin.
What is it?
Pete Harry's. It's like a pterodactyl.
Yeah, Pateris. Yeah,
Pterodactyl. That's the name of the burger restaurant.
It's a lot of them or just one?
Yeah, there's a lot of them, but they're all at Go Rawson, but it's super cheap cheeseburgers, and I'm just like, you can't go wrong with that.
Oh, dude, come on now. You must be a Texan. You're not a Canadian. That's like
I would definitely
different people for sure.
I'm
right
definitely more Texas than I am Canadian for sure.
You're sounding it out. There you go.
Nice.
Yeah, because like I'm not a fan of Canada. I just don't like it there. I think it's a bad place.
Justin Trudeau, what about him?
Yeah, Justin Trudeau. I think he's too handsome to be president.
Yeah.
I don't trust a guy that looks that good.
Yeah.
I'm like, he has some conniving because the thing is, he never had to work for anything. You know, I like an ugly president. That's who gets my vote. I vote for the uglier
He's
candidate.
Nepo baby, probably.
Yeah, Nepo baby for sure. Look at him. He has a freaking gorgeous face. Of course, he got everything handed to him. That's like when I look at my presidential candidates, I'm like, who's the ugliest guy on here? He's probably going to do the best job.
Oh my God, that's a good.
Probably
measure.
when we're looking at it. Who do you think?
Good
Who
thing
do
your
you?
generation doesn't vote.
That is true. We don't vote. I don't know. I'm voted. I'd probably vote. I don't know.
You probably vote.
I mean,
I don't know. It depends. Like if I have like a free day,
You vote for
know?
barbecue. I know that's for sure.
I would. I'd vote if whoever the freaking CEO of Terry Black's Barbecue ran for president. I would vote for him tomorrow.
oh hell yeah.
Because that's a guy now who knows how to get stuff done.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this is like I want my presidential candidate to be ugly and know how to get things done. That's what I want. Because that means they had to work hard to get where they're at. Yeah. I think if like a politician or somebody's too attractive, it means that they didn't have to actually write really good vocal arguments to get things passed. Because they're like, you know what? I think you made some really great points and just incoherent ramblings.
yeah.
What would you rate Trump? I don't know.
1 to 10?
1 to 10, yeah. No, 1 to
4.
4. Ooh, so that means you might vote for him.
I would say, but I would say Biden's like a 3.
Oh, okay, so Biden.
And then I'd probably say RFK Jr.'s like for his age, he's like, I would say like a 9.
Oh,
But
yeah.
for regular people, I'd say he's like a 7.
Yeah.
Do you ever see friggin' jacked RFK Jr.?
Yeah,
Ever see
doing
this?
Yeah,
push-ups?
Edgar.
Pull that up, dude.
Pull it up.
Pull up friggin' RFK Jr. doing friggin' jacked push-ups.
Did you hear about that worm too? Like eating his brain? Did you guys hear about all that stuff?
There's a worm in his brain, you see.
There's a worm eating his brain and it died.
Yeah.
Is that why he talks like that?
Well, that's
No, that's not why he talks like that. I'm very politically literate. I have to be because I am a philosopher.
Me too, actually.
As much as like Andrew's tattoo.
I've got a tatted. I should have put an ER, not a Y, because
You just
philosopher.
are a fan.
Yeah, I'm a fan of philosophy. I philosophize too.
Philosophize.
what defines a philosopher.
Someone who thinks about things deeply.
Yeah, so then it's like everyone's a philosopher. But
No,
I've
no.
listened to people that are dumb, and I don't think they can get to call themselves philosophers. Because you like see someone that's arguing on Twitter for 3 hours about
Well,
what's.
they would be philosophers, I think, if they're thinking deeply on a subject.
But I don't think they're thinking deeply a lot of the time. If you're arguing kind of mindlessly, like arguing like mindlessly on the internet, I don't think you're
Like calling someone names as opposed to
Yeah, instead of
generalizing
it's
an
like
argument.
they attack the identity, not the idea. A lot of the times, and I'm like watching people like talk about stuff and like subjects on social media, and that's like something that was crazy. Just like through doing comedy, is that there's so many people that feel like they have to have an opinion on every single like military action that's taken by the United States,
And they're probably
I'm
not
like,
even paying attention to it.
I'm like, dude, we're drinking. It is 1 a.m. We shouldn't be anyone's moral compass as a comic. I think it's super dumb.
Definitely not.
So
I'm
what's
like,
your thoughts on Jean-Jacques Foucault,
who's that?
a philosopher?
Jean-Jacques Foucault? He's more of a Dostoevsky guy.
Okay. Nice.
Brothers Karamazov, dude.
Was he Canadian? Is that why you know him?
French. French Canadian.
French Canadian.
No, he's just French.
Speaking of French Canada, you see that whole Drake Kendrick beef? You guys check this
Oh
out?
yeah.
Yeah,
we,
man.
we kind of touched on it last week.
Yeah.
Who do you guys have? Who do you have?
I think they both did a great job. I think
I love them both very much. They both did very well in this
very
rap.
motherly-
beef.
they're very talented
Yeah.
rappers, both of them. And I think whether you think one of them won depends on who you like better. I think that's typically. I think it's more of an opinionated thing. Break it down.
So like what I think is it's very hard to make an argument that Drake won.
Okay.
It's almost impossible. Because Drake's like, you're short, and then Kendrick Lamar's like, you're a pedophile.
No, Kendrick
and
Lamar's
you're
like,
not.
I don't think that you emotionally support your child enough.
Yeah, he's like, 1, you're a pedophile. 2, you are a bad dad. And then like 3, you're not black. Like was like his rebuttal. I'm like, dude, he's done. That's like
How many songs
Kendrick
back?
Lamar.
Was it just
I
one?
think it's like 5 or
That's
something.
why it was a lot, right?
There's like a eight song saga, like something like that.
What?
8 complete.
5
yeah.
5 songs.
I think it's a total of 8 back and forth from both of them.
5 back and forth, so 10 total songs.
Okay.
Is that the longest diss back and forth of all time?
And it happened so quickly. They were just in like a fever dream.
That's
I don't.
I've only listened to one song. That was my best drum.
Dude, I love that. Honestly,
I was like, are you okay?
honestly, that made me smile. Like
Good.
genuinely. Is you like, I am Donald Trump. Sounds like a Jackie Chan impression, brother. Well, goodness gracious.
That doesn't sound like Jackie Chan.
That's like you're constipated. That's what it sounds like.
But yeah, that's what he sounds like. But
Who does
I've
that?
only listened to one of the Drake ones and then maybe one of the Kendrick. So I really have no cards in the game.
you don't have a horse in the race?
Yeah, a horse,
Don't
in,
have a horse in the race.
a horse in the ass. Nope.
You don't have a horse in the ass?
Dude, I think the concept of like horse racing is crazy to me. Have you guys watched horse races?
Yeah.
before?
Oh,
He's a big
plenty.
fan.
Plenty of them.
Are you
Your mom
gambler?
does it, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, my family's a gambling family, so I've gambled on horses for sure. It's fun.
What's the most money you've ever made?
So one time I bet like $6 and won like $250.
Whoa.
That's what you can do in horse gambling. It's insane because you can guess who, like, if there's 3 really good horses, you can guess all 3. If as long as all 3 of them place in the top 3, you can win like 6 times your money just by doing that. So there's a lot of cool bets you can do. And if they're like long shots, you can, all the different things on normal betting. But that's where all like the crazy long shot bets come from, is horse racing, which you can make a lot of money, but people get crazy about it for sure.
Yeah, I know they mate the horses.
After they're done.
Yeah, after the
Stud?
studs. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's
Yeah. So if you win like the Derby, this Kentucky Derby, and then there's like 2 more big races. I always forget Belmont, I think. And then what's the other one?
Churchill Downs.
Well, that's at Kentucky Derby. That's the Kentucky Derby's at Churchill Downs. Preakness. That's what it is. And then if you win all 3 of them, it's called the Triple Crown. And then they freaking, every time they breed with any other horse, it's like
Yeah.
$500,000. And
Yeah, I
they breed
heard
hundreds
the-
of times, dude.
yeah, I
hundreds
heard-
of times.
I heard the semen's worth like millions of dollars.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen that?
Have you seen it, Edgar?
You see that? I love doing that.
Yeah.
You pull it up. He's like, hey, pull up horse cum rates adjusted for inflation real fast.
Triple Crown semen.
That's good. That's good.
Poor Edgar.
Gotta make the adjusted for inflation, dude.
Exactly. Yeah. Didn't you adjust for inflation recently?
Yeah, we were talking about your first paid gig.
Oh
ever.
yeah, dude.
We gotta
No,
tell
I
the
was-
story to our audience because we were talking before this.
I got my first big gig in stand up, opening for this guy who was in this improv group, and then I go do the show. No one's there. No one showed up. Not a single one of
Not
my
one?
friends. Not a single one of my friends or family. I think I brought one friend, and that was the whole crowd. I do the show, and I'm like, cool. That was terrible. I hate this. I hope this stops soon. Keep doing open mics. 6 months go by. I get a check for $6. That's how much money I made on my first gig,
And that's where the adjusted for inflation happened.
adjusted for inflation.
'Cause
Yeah,
it
so
wasn't.
it would have been like I
You
would have
made
been
like
able to.
$1.
It would have been like. I don't think the $6 was adjusted for inflation, so it was less money. Even that, it was even less than the original amount.
So I'd love to get a slow motion action of you opening a Dr. Pepper.
Dude, okay.
Let's do it nice. Do it good.
It's gonna
Oh yeah, ASMR. ASMR.
Don't show the logo.
Sorry, Edgar.
It's a COS soda.
Colorado Springs soda. Do you guys have a soda sponsor?
No, we do not. We do not have a soda.
Do you have
sponsor.
a soda?
No.
What about a Dutch Bro?
Yeah,
A
I'm not
flying
sure.
Dutch Bro.
I don't know, man. They do have sodas. They have like sparkling sodas.
They're those rebels, don't they?
Yeah, those rebels. Those
For,
rebels
like,
will make
crack.
you see into the future, dude.
Yeah.
You can get them blended. That's crazy. It's like a.
Got
it's
Red
like,
Bull in it or what?
It's called a rebel because it's
Red
not
Bull
a
or Red
it's
Bull?
Rebel, like as in like the South rebelled. You know.
Oh, like Johnny Cash or something.
Yeah. Was he a rebel?
Without a cause? No, that was
Oh, is
that,
it-
that was going platinum. That was
What
Kid
the
Rock.
heck? No, not a rebel without a cause. Rebel.
Kid Rock.
Kid Rock.
I mean, it's easy to mix up Johnny Cash and Kid Rock. You know, pretty close.
You know, 2 American heroes. 2 of the best people ever to do it in the music biz. That's what I say. You know, Kid Rock. You know, like say he's the next Mozart. Actually,
They were 2 of the best to take black music and make it their own.
no, All Summer Long's not black music. What are you talking about?
What is it? Also Malone?
All summer long.
All summer long. Oh.
It was 1989. My hair
That
was
one's
short.
not-
My
no.
hair was long.
But
yeah, that's not it.
ball with a ball, bang, bang, big.
Yeah, his older stuff.
You know that one?
That's from
What the hell's going on? This is a business podcast, Andrew. I just hear you go. You know that song, right, Jason? And
It's a real song. You never heard it?
Staring at me, I'm freaking out. I'm like, what's going on, dude?
Well, we've already talked about adjusting for inflation.
Adjusting for
You know,
inflation,
we talked about Trump. We talked about
What
all
the-
the business, all the great business stuff.
We've covered business.
Yeah.
Guess what? I'm gonna cover every episode of any business podcast. Okay. Get more sales. That's it. There you go. There's the solution to business. Make money.
Yeah,
Make more money.
Make
More money. Try to spend less of it for a really long time.
I'm glad you did that because we're gonna clip that.
It's like your one clip from the show.
That's all you do. It's all like, hey, have you thought about making a bunch of money and then not spending it all? That's most college business classes I took. It's like they're always like, you need to take this accounting class. I'm like, how about this? We spend less money than we make for a really long time. That's a good.
Did you go to
Dave
UCCS?
Ramsey.
Where'd you go?
Yeah, I went to UCCS and MSU Denver.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Did you graduate?
No,
Oh.
I dropped out to start doing stand up.
Ah, there we go.
I got selected for a bunch of festivals I had no business getting into, and I was like, maybe I should just capture the momentum and just ride the wave and see what happens. Because I was like, I always can go if I like really need a job, I can like go back to college and get that whenever I want. Because I have free tuition at MSU Denver because I'm a member of the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma.
What?
I'm Native American.
Yeah.
Are you joking?
No, that's real. Like I have a card
Yeah.
that says member of the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma, and I have free college tuition at MSU Denver.
What?
Blonde hair, blue-eyed, Native American.
Still dropped out.
Yeah.
That's insane. But I can go back whenever. And I was just like, what am I going to regret more in 20 years? Not going and getting the piece of paper and not like giving all my all to trying to be a comedian. And I was like, freaking the comedian thing. Cause that's,
Yeah, and you've done great, right?
yeah, dude, stuff's going good. I just finished up opening up for Adam Ray at Comedy
I
Works.
love Adam Ray. He's one of my favorites.
Dude, he is a very, very nice guy. And yeah, I did that. I'm headlining some local shows here. That's been big. I got my first headline gig in Denver too, which is
What? That's awesome.
Man, and doing
When
that,
is that?
Oh yeah, so I got a show on June 1st at 1 sec. I'll pull up the flyer. I don't want to tell the wrong thing live on there.
Comedy Works, man. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, man. So I got third, like just this past November, I got third place in the state in their competition.
That's insane.
It's like the New Faces contest.
What is that?
Yeah, so that's where all the kind of like up and coming comedians in Colorado all get together and do you do multiple rounds of like a tournament of champions, like a March Madness almost of comedians.
So you get
and-
eliminated too?
Yeah, you get eliminated. But I ended up in my first year, I made it to the finals and then got third place.
That's freaking awesome.
Yeah, that was crazy because like I was not expecting that at all. But yeah, it's at Lebowski's Tap Room in Colorado Springs, Colorado, June 1st.
Nice.
Doors are going to be at 7:20 and the show starts at 8 p.m.
We'd like to take a quick moment and thank our sponsors.
Redefine Mortgages.
Redefine the home buying experience with Redefine Mortgages. Custom solutions, transparent advice, and even seamless process. Start the journey to home ownership at redefinemortgages.com. That's redefinemortgages.com.
Neon Pig Creative. Bring brands to life with Neon Pig Creative. Dazzling designs and strategic marketing make businesses stand out. Spark creativity at neonpigcreative.com. That's neonpigcreative.com.
Exponential Impact. Fuel startup success with Exponential Impact. Mentorship, resources, and support available to amplify impact. Join a community of change makers at exponentialimpact.com.
That's exponentialimpact.com. Fast Signs. Fast Signs can help you with all your signage and visual marketing needs. Whether you're starting a new business or just need a signage refresh, let Fast Signs help you. Make your statement. That's fastsigns.com. Cars Helping Charities.
Cars Helping Charities is a turnkey fundraising solution for nonprofits. Cars Helping Charities allows your nonprofit to accept vehicle donations, which are sold, and then the funds go to the organization. CHC is partnering with my nonprofit of choice, Mattersville, to help them raise funds through vehicle donations. Please consider donating your car to support Mattersville. CHC will pick up any car, an old clunker you have sitting in your driveway, or a car you just don't feel like selling anymore. Make sure to visit Cars Helping carshelpingcharities.org. That's carshelpingcharities.org.
Now let's get back to the show. Could you say that again?
Yeah, it's so basically it's called Character Comedy, and it's a costume contest is also during the show, and the winner gets $30.
June 1st?
June 1st, yes. And then it's at Lebowski's Tap Room.
Lebowski.
At 3240 Centennial Boulevard, Colorado Springs, Colorado. So,
Nice.
In Colorado Springs?
yeah, but getting headline gigs is huge for me, because definitely, I mean, it's I'm on the right path, and I'm really happy about it. And it's because definitely when I first started out doing stand up, you get super discouraged. Things are really hard, but you just got to keep moving forward and focus. It's just like starting a business,
Cut to a clip of him bombing.
Yeah, dude. No, because I bombed a lot.
You have to, right?
But also, it's the same thing when you're doing cold calls or something.
Oh, yeah.
It's I almost guarantee if you're trying to get more business, you're gonna be put in uncomfortable situations where someone's like, "F you, you suck, your product sucks. I don't give a crap how much you're gonna help my business. I'm not buying from you."
And usually it's a lot nicer than that too.
Yeah, most of the time your rejection's not that bad, but yeah, that's definitely bombing sucks. It's really hard, but the feeling of doing really well and making room filled of people laugh is just the best.
I could imagine, yeah.
I love it, dude. When you're getting hit with it, it's just massive because a lot of comedians I know you chase a dopamine high all the time.
For sure.
Because usually there's some dopamine imbalance. Either you have ADHD.
Yeah, they're usually deficient.
Yeah, there's ADHD. Literally, it's you have ADHD, bipolar, depression. That's usually the people that end up in stand up because you want the dopamine hit of making people laugh, and it does feel good. But then you have to then you're constantly chasing the high, and then that's you end up doing it for 3 years, and improve. It just usually comes from that.
So for an open micer, if they wanted to start, how much should they prepare for it?
Don't just go.
What, not even have any jokes?
No, just start showing up. It's like going to the gym because you're gonna be able to watch other people and you're gonna be like, okay, I'm messing this up.
So don't try to write anything.
I would say because most people are like, oh, I really want to write some stuff before I try to get on stage. No, just go get on stage, and then because you're gonna be bombing so hard, you're like, crap, I really should write something. Ooh. And then you start writing.
When's your next open mic? And I'll do my first set.
Let's go, dude. Yeah, dude. Oscar Blues next Sunday.
Okay.
Let's go. No, yeah, literally, it's just
5 days from now. Yeah,
that's I've seen. I was talking to this person, and it was this girl, and she was going to all these open mics, and she's wanting she's thinking about doing it, and she's like, yeah, I just keep showing up, and one of these times I'm gonna go up. I'm like.
Well, I told you that a lot.
And I was it's because I was I've seen a lot of people like you. Most of them never touch the stage ever.
Yeah.
Because it's you gotta just go. It's just you need 10 seconds of courage, and then you just are well, this is fun. And then you're gonna figure out if it's for you or if it's not. And then you have the information, but at least you tried. Because honestly, it's it's not for everybody. But also it's
sure,
yeah. You want to find the thing you're the most passionate about, and I'm so grateful that I found that, but definitely I would say it's not for everybody. Because there's a lot of people that aren't built for it. Because it sucks a lot of the time. You have to choose your hard a lot of times.
Choose your hard.
Yeah, choose you can choose the difficulty of being oh, I wish I could have done stand up, or you're gonna choose the difficulty of oh, stand up sucks and I hate it. It's either one of those is going to happen. And then usually you just enjoy, at least for me, I started to enjoy the work of it, grinding it out, grinding new material, trying new bits, trying something new every single time I touch the stage, constantly experimenting, improving on my act, improving on my material, watching back sets, trying to see how I could improve stage presence and delivery.
For sure,
how can I emphasize different syllables in every single word to try to see how I could get the joke to work the best? All of that stuff, that didn't happen right away. It was just sucking so hard for so long. I was oh, I need to figure out what are things that I'm doing that's making this joke work and this joke not work.
And sucking so hard may be in your head, though.
It could. A lot of times it's not that
bad. So phrasing. Which you do a great Archer impersonation on accident.
You mean he sounds like Archer?
Yeah.
Naturally, I just have a deep voice.
Yeah.
But because I think a lot of the times when we do things like that, creative things where we're putting ourselves out there, we can get in our own head. Because maybe you weren't sucking so hard as much as you think you were. Maybe you were also at the same time.
Well,
but I know when I've seen you go up, three years ago, probably 2 years ago, when I first seen you go up, I didn't think sucking so hard, but you probably did.
Yeah. Looking back, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I look at my act from like 2 years ago. I'm like, I'm an idiot, you know, and I'm hoping that I'm not going to think that now. I might just be like, that was that point in time, I guess.
Yeah. You did you were doing at La Burleby,
Yeah.
and you were doing a set, and then no one else showed up, and so you did an hour-long set.
What?
And like you called
Yeah.
your mom on stage, I think, something like that.
Yeah, it did. That was the biggest pop of my set for sure.
Called mom?
Yeah, my mom called me during my set, and I was like, "Mom, I'm on stage right now doing stand up. Do you have anything you want to say to the crowd?" And then she's like, "Are there any single ladies in there tonight?"
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, "That's hilarious."
It was great. Yeah, she did a great job.
Killed.
She wants grandbabies.
My mom went to this freaking bad show I was on the other day, and like this comic was on stage, and like first of all, no one's paying attention because the show is really bad. And my mom and my stepdad are sitting in like the front row, and the comic's like, "Yeah, who in here do you think has the worst job?" And he like points at my mom, and my mom, because he was bombing really bad, my mom was like, "You do for sure."
She said that?
Yeah, to the guy.
She's heckling him a little bit.
Killed.
Everyone,
so hard.
no one's laughing. Your mom says a joke. Everyone laughs.
Yep, that was what happened. It was very funny.
So it's
Oh my
genetic.
gosh.
Yeah, well, I would say so. I think you're just a product of your experiences.
Yeah, in the environment.
Yeah. Like the cat side of my family, which is like my mom's family, they're so funny.
They're
Like
cats?
my no, it's like that's the last name. CATT.
Okay.
The
Cats.
cats.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's my mom's side of the family, and that's like my uncle Kevin, I believe, missed his calling as a comedian. He just is in the military, but he's like one of the funniest people I've ever talked to in my life.
So did your mom think it was funny when she named you? Or
No, she was like, everyone's gonna be over this show in 10 years.
oh, okay, yeah, for sure, yeah,
Which was not true.
yeah.
So when did you realize you were funny, like growing up? Was it like a slow burn where you're
Definitely
just
slow burn.
Okay, so you weren't like a funny guy.
I
in school?
loved the goofing around, but
Yeah.
like I wouldn't even say I was like the funniest person in, like my high school. I was pretty funny, but I think like a piece of it was that I really liked memes in high school. I loved memes, like so much so I remember I
Edgar,
asked
you like memes?
big meme guy. I can tell, dude. I can tell a meme guy when I see him. But yeah, big meme guy, and I like would watch memes all the time. And it was so much so to the point I asked this girl at the prom. She said yes, and like we were exchanging phone numbers, and I had to close out of all the memes I had open. And she was like, "Yeah, that's like the only thing I knew about you is that you're really into memes."
that was what you were
I was meme guy,
Nice.
even though I was like on the varsity football team. Everyone was like, "This guy loves memes."
Which means you like jokes because memes are jokes.
Yeah, I loved that.
They're like one-liners.
But then I just fell in love with stand up after I kind of. Like I've always kind of had, it was weird because like kind of looking backwards, you're like, oh, it makes sense that I did stand up because like I used to like watch Last Comic Standing with my mom like every night. Like we'd always watch it together. And I loved it. She brought me to see the Last Comic Standing people when they came here because they do a tour after the show.
Oh, that's cool.
And they do like a theater tour. And I went to that, saw it with my mom, and I met Joe Mackey. Who actually, because we were like, this guy's way funnier than whoever the girl is that won the show. It's not close. And Joe Mackey ended up just being like, he was the only guy from that season that like became like pretty famous.
Really?
Pretty cool.
I've actually
Yeah.
never watched Last Comic Standing. Can you explain what it is?
Yeah, so basically it's like a stand-up comedy competition where they have comedians from across the country all compete to like be who's like the last comic standing. So it's like a comedy competition and the judges vote. And then at the end, kind of like America's Got Talent, then the audience votes to see who their favorite was.
Yeah. Who is the host or
The host of it was Anthony Jeselnik.
Okay.
The judges, they had Norm Macdonald, Roseanne Barr was on it.
Nice. It would rotate.
Yeah, they had rotating hosts, but I don't have them all memorized. But yeah, like big famous comedians.
For sure, yeah.
But like Josh Blue, who's the first ever winner, he also did America's Got Talent and went to the finals, and he's from Denver, Colorado. So I've done shows with Josh.
And so that inspired you think Last Comic
I
Standing was a big inspiration?
think that for sure. I think Last Comic Standing, my family being really funny, And then also like the kind of like thing that kicked me into doing stand up was like I wanted to learn public speaking for business, and I was like, oh, this is the fun, like this is the fun part,
Or the extreme part even, right?
yeah, I loved it. I was like, I'd rather be poor running this business than being rich doing something else.
Right.
Which was what I like realized, which is a crazy thing to think about.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather be, comedian profitable, which is like a loaf of Wonder Bread, like Jerry Seinfeld talks about.
Yeah.
If I can do comedy and I get like a loaf of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches with the amount of money I make and just like live poor, but like figure it out, I'd be happy.
And he's got an extreme way. He expressed many times about like him having to lock himself in a room to come up with like before like every day he'd lock himself in a room, come up with a certain amount of jokes or whatever it might be, or a set or whatever it might be before he left that room, and like having that focus. I know everybody has their own methodology, but what's a little bit of your methodology?
I'm definitely I like talking to people and coming up with stuff that way. I don't really write.
Interesting.
I'm definitely like
You're like Lil Wayne.
a little bit. I'm a little Jay-Z. They call me the Jay-Z of the Colorado Springs comedy scene because I don't write stuff down.
Yeah.
I have general ideas and bullet points that I have, and then I usually work out the bits on stage live.
Wow.
That's how because I
love that process. That's how I would do it.
I love the performance. I think writing is boring and sucks. I'm like, I'd rather figure it out there,
Did you think that before you went on stage?
No, I was like, I need to be typing. And
Yeah.
then, and then I like got more comfortable on stage, figured out my voice and my stage presence, and I figured out how to talk myself into punchlines.
Interesting. Yeah.
And that you need to have both. So I now, because that was my writing process. Now I'm like, I have an idea. How can I get this idea to where I want it to be instead? So like I have like a bunch of expo I have these big, if you look at my room, I have these massive whiteboards, like all on the walls. I have like 3 different whiteboards. And I just have jokes and ideas for jokes and stuff. Like I have this chunk about me, like a girl I was dating said she thought Timothée Chalamet was hot. I look nothing like Timothée Chalamet, so it pissed me off. I'm like writing a whole joke about that. Writing a new joke about like my grandpa Steve saying something crazy.
Like Charlie Day.
Literally like that.
Meme.
Yeah, I'm the meme in there, but it's just jokes about like my grandpa doing an offensive like Asian accent or something.
I actually have a tip for you on that because I'm the same way. I'm very ADHD as well, but I think that's probably why we have a very similar process in that aspect. But throw out because you might move, you might not want to bring the whiteboards with you. Just get washable markers and you can write on the walls. That's my tip.
You can write on the walls?
Yeah, I write on my walls.
Yeah. Well, my walls are wood. So
they're not plaster?
Painted? They're not painted?
Okay.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
I like my whiteboards.
No, whiteboards are. I used whiteboards for a long time, but then I stopped using them because I was like, I could just use a washable marker, and I did, and I thought it was the greatest invention ever.
Andrew's vandalizing his places.
No, I washed it off.
Andrew's not getting a security deposit back for sure.
This is how you wash things.
You wash things. That's a spray bottle. My next bottle.
This freaking guy. Well, one thing I always know, especially for comedians, like how they peak usually takes quite some time as they say you're not like an actual comedian until you're in year like 10 or something crazy, right?
Yeah, that's pretty standard.
Is that really, I mean, that's crazy to think about for any profession.
Like, but also like that's definitely it. But also you have to think about think about how long it would take you to be like CEO of a company.
Yeah,
exactly.
That'd be 10 years would be like you're killing it. You start a company at 20.
Yeah, starting in a company without starting it yourself because
you
can
like working your way up the ladder. You're saying,
yeah, like you do have to work your way up in the ladder. You can jump people. You can if you can figure out a way to move tickets. It doesn't really matter what you're doing. Like I met this guy. His name was Stony McBlaze. He's like super famous on TikTok. He just freaking packs out places. Sells out.
There's a lot of TikTok
it's like
comedians
the TikTok comedians, and it's like I have to get better at that. But also it's like you got to figure out what your voice is and like what's your angle and what's your path, and everyone has a different answer for that question.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, and one thing that I think would be great for you, and you probably have already thought of it a gazillion times, is like going to Austin and of course performing at Kill Tony, or even when this Kill Tony tours too, right? They actually go around, or is it just at the mothership now?
They're really stuck into the mothership right now.
Yeah,
that's their home base. They had before that it was the Comedy Store, But they were doing tours for a while, but I don't think they do tours anymore. Yeah.
Gotcha. So how, like, for one, that'd be freaking awesome if you ended up doing that. But two, like, how hard is that to do a one? Because talk a little bit about Kill Tony. It's like a 1 minute set you get called up for.
Yeah, so basically the thing is, it's like you have a bucket of names in the hat. We pull one name, and they get 60 seconds uninterrupted. When they're finished, they'll hear the sound of a kitty. If they go over that minute, then they'll hear the sound of a West Hollywood Bear.
West Hollywood Bear.
And then that's like their set's over, and then they do an interview.
Yeah, and the interview can be like 10 minutes.
And the interview could be like, forever. It doesn't matter. Like it just fluctuates. Yeah. But yeah, so like pretty much like they're trying to eyeball who's really funny and a good interview.
Right.
So you have to have both.
On their toes a little bit off the interviews.
Which is why me doing a crap ton of podcasts, I think is going to help me.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
Like, 'cause I've been doing about like an episode a week for a while. Like, and now I'm kind of like one or two, because now it's like I just can set up and shoot like whenever I want.
And it's work. A lot of people, it looks like you just set up and record.
It's so hard. It's so hard. Like, I'm getting my butt kicked right now, guys.
I feel you.
But yeah, like I have all the stuff edited, but I just need to upload it all, and I'm like, that takes so long. That's another job. Yeah. Yeah. So that's where, like, we were talking earlier about, like, pretty much as a comedian, at least in my experience, you end up, instead of just running one business, you're running about 5 different businesses, which was really interesting when I was opening up for Adam Ray. Like, I was talking to his feature. I'm like, how does he do so much stuff in a day? And he's like, literally, he's like the Elon Musk of comedy. So because Adam Ray, he's doing Dr. Phil Live, he's doing his own podcast, he's touring, he's doing acting gigs, and he's doing other people's podcasts all at the same time. And he's doing sponsorship deals, and he's selling his own merch stores. Like, that's 7 different businesses. Like, that's insane.
Yeah.
You know, and as a comic, you have to be able to, you know, be someone that actually is like a retail store or like an e-commerce store if you're selling merch. You have to figure out a way to get your self gigs, which is getting booked at comedy clubs and stuff. You have to figure out a way to market yourself, which is starting a podcast, utilizing social media, which honestly you could consider 2 different jobs. Then you actually have the stand-up piece, which is writing and cultivating material, having good experiences outside of travel, so then you have stuff to talk about and pull on. Because a lot of the people I know that tour all the time, most of their act is like about airplanes and stuff, because they don't live their lives, because they're just on the road all the time.
Right.
They do say that when comedians make it, they can. There's like, I think there's a saying around that where like they can become dull because they don't have any experiences, and so they have to, you know, someone's got to, you know, they got to go through a breakup or whatever, you know, or do whatever, you know, like they do say that you become funnier after a breakup.
I was pretty funny. I just went through a breakup. I'm on the hottest streak I've ever been on stand-up wise.
Dude, that's hilarious.
I'm like,
I just heard that today on Kill Tony.
Dude, I'm like demolishing right now, dude.
Dude, that's
like,
great.
Because also there's a part of you that like feels like you're not worthy of attention after a breakup. So then you kind of oversell bits, and then you end up just like doing well. At least like that's my experience.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the whole thing about comedians, right? Is like all of them usually come from some kind of like colorful background full of a bunch of craziness and tribulations or whatever. A lot of them are from like broken households or crazy stuff, right? So, I mean, they derive a lot of stuff from their own experiences, and comedy helps push them through like some of those, looking back at those times, because it's almost like it's a defense mechanism for a lot of comedians too, right?
Yeah, of course. Like, if, like basically you pull from, you know, bad experiences, and usually you try to spin them into something that's not sucky.
Yeah.
You know, like when you're broken up with, you're like, this sucks. Everything's miserable. And then you're like, you know what? She did say something pretty funny. And then you think about that, and then you like start building a bit around it. The next thing you know, I have like a full-fledged bit about like this crazy thing that she's told you, or the thing that annoyed you when you were dating that you never got to tell her.
Yeah.
You can make that a bit instead of like doing like that. Like because I'll give an example. Like I was talking to this girl, and she's like, oh, I love the game of dating, you know, where you're not sure if you like each other or not. You know how like you kind of text and then you're not sure if they like you. I'm like, oh, you're crazy. That's what that means. Yeah. That means there's something wrong with you. That's like, I'm just like, hey, do you like me? Yes or no? Let's move on. And let's see, like, I'll like figure stuff out. Yeah. Yes, no. And then if you have to, honestly, if you don't know if the person likes you, usually it's probably a no too. Which is a
can we put her Instagram handle up?
I'll beat you to death. I'll beat you to death, Andrew. I'll jump over this table.
That's for our followers, actually. They can play the game with her if they want.
They can. It's for employers.
So you like definitions, and she just likes to fuck around with people, essentially. Is what's going on. Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're bad. That's all it means.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I like the game of dating. It's just like a fun little thing I do. Meanwhile, there's a guy like crying in his Honda Civic.
Yeah. So it's always a
That's
Honda
it.
Civic with broken man.
Yeah, dude. I got a Honda Accord.
There you go. For sure, man. How so for me, like I'm a total business guy, but I always have to find like my North Star so I can pull back and kind of reverse engineer how I'm going to get there, right? And so the big thing for me is always like, okay, if I want to make X amount of money per month, what does that look like and how do I get there? And what is different in my business in order to get there? So like for a North Star for you, what does that look like specifically?
Wow. Well, it should be that. That's a much better way of me talking about it.
Yeah.
We got a new guest here.
My girlfriend, Danielle Luna, has popped in.
Hi, I'm Jason. Nice to meet you.
We were just talking about girlfriends.
Yeah.
That's my girlfriend. Yeah.
We're talking about how I became a better comedian after I got my heart broken.
Yeah. I keep doing that.
Yeah, dude.
Knocking over my
That's good.
can, man.
Yeah. Sorry, what was your question?
North Star and
North
like
Star,
finding
yeah.
like peeling back how to get there.
It should be that. That's the answer. It's like, what I want to make X amount of dollars as a comedian. What do I need to do to get there? That should be it. But like right now, it's just how do I get on stage as much as possible. That's like pretty much my North Star. Because I'm like, I don't care if I'm getting paid a lot to do a show. If I'm getting paid nothing to do a show.
Yeah.
I'm showing up and I'm going to try to, my goal is to do as good as humanly possible on those shows to then create the best product that I can eventually use to market and sell to customers.
Yeah, and I think doing podcasts is another. This is a stage essentially.
Yeah, you know, like you're trying to make sure your personality shines through no matter what you're doing.
That's a lot. I mean, like think about like an athlete, like a professional athlete, like hitting the gym, right? That's like the same thing. You gotta get your reps in for what you're doing.
Yeah,
right?
even for me, it's literally going to the gym because taking care of your physical and mental health. I would at least in my experience doing comedy, it's just as important as like getting up on stage and being a grinder.
For
you know,
sure,
because also like I think another big part of the reason I don't really think like going through the breakup was like the reason why I'm doing well doing stand up. I think a big part of it is like it made me like be like, hey, I'll go do some therapy. You know, I'm going to see if there's some stuff I personally can work on to move forward. Right? Is there some stuff I can do to improve my physical health as well? You know, so I just that kind of spurred that to happen and be like, okay. So I started working out a bunch at the gym. I just got 305 on my bench press,
What?
which is
Nice.
crazy. I'm a freaking tank.
Yeah.
And yeah, but just like that's been helping my stand up because then it's like my mind's sharper. I'm thinking better. I'm more
That's
like
good, yeah.
focused.
I think that's what it is.
How old are you? Because that's
23.
that's a really good mindset to have.
Yeah, that's 23.
So you lied to us when we're talking about the Nokia brick phone because the Nokia brick phone wasn't around in like it was around like 2001.
No,
or
I
something.
played. My parents had an old one.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, so you played Snake on
Yeah,
the
I played
Nokia phone?
Snake. Yeah, I played Snake on that.
How good are you at Snake?
Pretty good.
Hmm.
You pull it from the back.
That's actually gonna be the title of the episode. Jason Alexander, Snake King.
Snake King, dude. No, I want a Nokia phone because I realize how much time I'm wasting on social media. Because also every time, I'm not sure this is the case for you guys. Every time I open social media, by the time I close it, I'm like, I wish I didn't do that.
That's
It's
like a lot
every
of people,
single
yeah.
time I like go on social media, I'm like, I wish I didn't do that. So I'm like, I should just go get like the Nokia like brick phone.
For sure.
I could
man.
buy a flip phone like tomorrow and like do it, but it's just
We can
it's
do it
like,
right now.
Goodness, I can't not.
Order it on the phone.
Oh,
Right now.
I should. I should. Like I know it's because like when you know there's something that you're supposed to do and then you just procrastinate doing it.
And I'm ADHD, so that's the story of my life.
Yeah, that's me. a lot of creative people, a lot of entrepreneurs have ADHD. That's something I've seen.
I've seen that too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very very common. I would say it's more common than not almost.
Oh, for sure. So you've had quite the bar that you've raised for yourself too, which is insane because you're like,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get in, and that's probably the trick to it, like mental fortitude, working out, making sure your body and mind's fine, getting in as much as you can, and then here you are placing third place in the state,
Oh yeah, man.
and that's insane, right? So like, how do you, I guess, move the needle even further?
Yeah.
That you've done that. Was that last year too?
Yeah,
Or-
it was last year. I didn't expect to do that at all. I definitely surprised myself because every single time I advanced, I'm like, holy shit, that's crazy. But yeah, like it was a lot of it was I just was like, I'm just gonna try my best, and that's all I can control. I can't control what the audience is gonna think or do. But if I focus that like, because the thing is like I would be surprised if anyone else in the contest did that every single night up to the competition. I was doing 2 or 3 open mics a night, doing the exact same set.
That's crazy, man.
So it's like I probably did that set. Oh gosh, probably
33.
70 times.
oh, okay.
Yeah, like, and then through that you get information. You're like, oh, I can change something here and do this. But yeah, that's kind of like what ended up happening, was just like having that focus and having that discipline to like figure it out. So like what I'm trying this year is just like exact same mindset. Go in humble and hungry. I'm going to try my absolute best to deliver on stage every single time, do everything that is in my control, and then whatever happens, happens. You know, it's like it's outside of my control, but I can control the product that I do. If I know that I did my best and I try my best and I prepared well, that's all you need.
How long is this? Was your set?
My set was first round 5 minutes, second round 7 minutes, final 7 minutes.
How long can you do? What's your longest set?
Longest set, 45.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah. Actually, no, I did do an hour with you.
That one time. Yeah,
but I don't
that wasn't a set though.
I don't count that. I was like calling my mom. I was like doing everything possible I could do to stall. I wanted to do an hour for this headline gig on the first, which I still might end up doing, but we have like 19 comics on it. So I'm like, probably they're going to get tired. So probably me doing a 30 is probably the move.
Okay.
And you said the Lebowski's tap room for the first, right?
Lebowski's tap room on the first. Yeah,
In
dude.
Colorado
Yeah, come by,
Springs,
guys. If you want to come, I'd love to see you there.
Off Centennial?
Yeah, I believe off Centennial. Yeah, I'm going to have all the details. I'm going to be pushing out like a bunch of social media
We'll go
posts.
there, man, for sure.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Oh, dude, no, for
You guys are
sure.
the
Like,
best,
for
dude.
sure.
Man,
Oh,
He
yeah.
loves comedy, so
Oh,
you know
yeah,
he'll
dude.
be there for
Yeah,
sure.
man.
Yeah, we're
What
big.
day is it? June 1st?
Yeah,
What
June
time?
1st.
At
June
6 a.m.?
1st. Doors are at 7:20. Show's gonna be at 8 p.m.
Oh, I just cut myself. Oops.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. What are you doing over there?
He's doing a little bit of fidgeting.
Why'd you do that? You need a fidget spinner for this podcast. You guys need to buy some fidget spinners and call that a business expense. It's just you're like, well, Andrew can't focus during the podcast, so we had to give him a little cube. There's a cube mid pod.
Yeah. Let's order it right now.
Yeah, dude, go order some Amazon. I've been pumped on some I got these cowboy belt buckles. I've been super pumped on. There's a knife in them.
What?
Yeah, it's like there's a knife built into the cowboy belt buckle. It's super sweet. It's super cool.
Does it have a laser too?
It does not,
Oh.
but there's a knife. Yeah, no, but it's insane. And like, cause that's like where I always think about the e-commerce stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Cause I'm like, oh, that guy.
Yeah.
That guy that's selling these knife cowboy belt buckles is probably making a fortune.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can rebrand it. You know, like you could get it off Alibaba. You could create your own brand around it and like
You need one with JJ on it. There you go.
Oh,
That's
that'd
what
be
great.
sick, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
knife in
get a
there.
custom one. Oh, that'd be so cool.
I wanted to get your take on the
Yeah.
if you watched the roast of Tom Brady. Did you
Oh
watch
my
that?
goodness, it was incredible.
Yeah.
That was
yeah, I know
incredible.
you do football stuff, right?
Oh
played
yeah, I
football.
played football.
I'm a big football fan. There was a lot of great stuff in there.
Goodness gracious, Drew Bledsoe, Julian Edelman,
Yeah.
Nikki Glazer,
Nikki Glazer
Tony
killed it.
Hinchcliffe.
Tony killed
Tony
it.
Hinchcliffe,
But
yeah.
Bert and Tom,
It was it was not the best,
it
but
was-
also they had an impossible
they
impossible
shouldn't
job.
they shouldn't have done it together. I think that's where they messed up. First I love Bert and Tom. I think I love their comedy.
Bert and Tom.
Tom, yeah.
Tom and Bert.
Exactly. Tom's one of the greatest comedians, I think. You know, I really love his comedy. One of
Both those guys are incredible.
Yeah,
it's like I have respect for anybody that can fill that many seats. Like it's
Yeah.
like think about like imagine that. Like it's you and 30,000 people came to go watch you talk into a microphone.
It's crazy. Theo he was talking on his last podcast about, he's like, why is there so much traffic in the city? They're like, dude, they're going to see you. That's why there's traffic in this city.
That's
and like hit his
hilarious.
head. He's like, oh my gosh, like these people are coming to see me. That's insane. You know? That's crazy.
And that's a beautiful perspective there because like you get so angry and you're like, oh wow, that's a great problem to have. Because
like,
like when I started doing like bigger shows and stuff, I got like I'm so spoiled because it's like I'm doing all these good rooms all the time now that I'm getting booked on like good shows. And now like when I'm like doing an open mic, I'm like, oh, this sucks. I wish I could just get out of here. And I'm like, yeah, dude, you would be killing to be in the position you are 3 years ago.
Oh, for sure.
To where I am now.
yeah, for sure.
And it's just like you got to have that perspective and the gratitude to be like, oh yeah, these people are here to see me. Maybe it's not just I'm angry at the traffic. Like that's pretty cool.
You know what's interesting too about the roast, going back to that, is
Yeah.
like it was on a mainstream platform and they had no holds bar, and I loved it. I thought it was so good because like there was I felt like there was, besides the Robert Kraft part, right? But there was like no boundaries in it, and it felt like comedy of the old was kind of there. I mean, comedy's still around, but like
It felt like like Don Rickles did.
what is that?
Don Rickles like the original like roast comedian.
Really?
Yeah, it was him.
Like prior, kind of like crazy, like
Yeah, like he was famous for like a really long time, but he's like the guy that was the big roast dude. It was
yeah.
him.
Yeah, he's a goat guy.
Yeah, but that roast was incredible. That was like the writing was great. Like like Julian Edelman's joke about Jeff Ross.
Yeah.
He's like I'm the kind of Jew. And then like, oh my
I think
goodness,
Tony wrote
it's
those
incredible.
jokes.
Probably.
Edelman guy is the
Short Jewish guy.
yeah. Okay, yeah.
Julian Edelman's the man.
Yeah, he's the man. And Drew Bledsoe, I didn't know he was that funny. I don't know if you've known Drew. Like,
But
I know
also
of him.
But they have the jokes wrote for them.
Yeah, but the way they delivered it, they were well practiced. Like, it was
it was great.
Did you see how Bert the entire time he was talking about how they have a teleprompter actually. At the
Yeah.
beginning
Oh,
of
yeah,
the
I
jokes
heard
of-
that, yeah.
Bert was literally just wording the.
He's like mouthing the words, right? The teleprompter.
No, man, I love that. It was cool because I'm not a big roast guy, to be honest, but
Yeah.
I can appreciate good joke structure. I think like because I probably should, because a lot of the Denver friends of mine, because like if you go on the roast battle and you do really well, they will send you down to the Comedy Mothership and you'll get to go perform down there. And I just don't
because they do
roast.
the roast battle, which is a different show. That
So I probably should. I think I should probably go do it with some friends.
okay.
Yeah, I'll probably go.
Okay, well, let's test it out right now.
Yeah.
Give me a roast. Give him a roast.
I don't know.
There we go.
You're wearing a hat with no brim right now, Andrew.
It's not.
That's too easy, though.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
It's not too easy.
No, it's not.
It's a great hat.
You look like an anime character came to life.
I love it.
and then
I think there's Japanese on this.
No, your shirt, fool. That's what it is, too.
No, that's what I was saying. He's like, that's a
Well, I'm
Japanese
saying
shirt.
this goes with it. It's the hat. It's an accessorized.
Accessory.
That's
And then Marcus looks like he takes Bluetooth calls while he's on the golf course.
That was good. You're gonna make Edgar laugh. He always gives me shit for having like my AirPods in. I always go like this when he walks in. It's so funny.
He's like, oh, I got this one. We got a par 4 real fast. Can you send me over those tax returns?
I freaking love it.
now you got to do Edgar over here.
No.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do Edgar.
Yeah,
Edgar, what a handsome guy that guy.
Yeah.
Hey,
Right.
he's
love
over here.
Edgar.
He gave you a thumbs down 5 minutes ago. Yeah, he gave me a thumbs down.
Edgar rules, dude. Edgar rules. So that guy.
All right, yeah. So where are we at on time right now?
We're almost there. Almost to home.
Dude, that flew by, man.
Yeah.
It's so much fun. Yeah, I was like, it's great talking with you guys.
Yeah,
Dude,
me too.
It's also good just having an excuse to just hang out.
Tell us
Yeah,
more what's
exactly,
going on
yeah.
with you, because you have a lot going on.
Dude, yeah, man.
almost halfway through the year.
One sec, I'll go through my. Well, I want to watch the Nuggets play tonight. That's for sure.
That's what you're about to do right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet. One sec.
Are they
So
winning?
I
For our
got.
listeners, he's looking at
Yeah,
his
so
phone.
I got Comedy Works on June 9th opening up for Mike Hammock.
Oh,
That's a very big
Mike
deal for
Hammock
me.
roasted me once. I was sitting in the front row. He said something about my man bun.
Man
I
bun.
forget exactly what. The
Which
joke
Comedy
was.
Works?
Comedy Works South.
Okay, cool.
And then also on that day, I'm also doing the Horsing Around show. So I'm doing 2 shows in a night, which is pretty cool. And then I'm seeing Zach Bryan June 15th. I'll be there.
Show off the
Hold
shirt.
on. I love how you add that into what you do.
Yeah, no, I'm so excited. Like I'm like as excited as I am for like new faces this year.
Yeah.
I'm as excited as for Zach Bryan. I love Zach Bryan. I'm a massive Zach Bryan fan. I think I'm
one
gonna.
of his songs. Can you sing it?
Yeah, dude. Something in the Orange, Heavy Eyes.
Something in the orange,
Yeah, that's him.
like Trump.
Poor Edgar.
Do you? I'm just a man.
You got the belly laugh.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. That's funny. Sorry, I have the loudest laugh. I've ruined people's
Yeah.
Comedy Works tapes from me just being in the back.
So you just need to be in your own audience. When you
Yeah, I
perform.
need to be in the green room.
Yeah.
Bro, we went out to lunch about a month
Yeah.
ago, and it was this tiny Chinese place. Tiny. Okay. Anyways,
those Ivies?
I think so.
Oh, I was just talking about that.
Clip it. Clip Andrew saying that. Get him, dude.
But I just loved how
Yeah.
like I felt like sometimes we were just chatting and you would just laugh and you have, like you said, you have a loud
Dude,
laugh.
I'd go for my belly.
And I was like, I felt like everyone every time you laughed was looking at us.
Oh, that happens all the time. I hate it because like I'll be watching someone's set, like a comedy show, and I'll laugh, and then I just see like heads turn around and looks like, who the
And some,
Who's this happy guy?
I bet some promoters might think you're juicing someone. Like by juicing, I mean like trying to just laugh them up because they're your friend or something like that. Is that?
Oh,
do you think that's a thing?
Oh, you think I laugh loud? Because I've like liked like comedians and stuff. If I have like a little bit of a crush on the comedian, I'm in the bag. I'm just freaking dying.
Yeah.
Because if you like the person, you like automatically think they're funnier. That's just how it goes. That's why likability is such a big factor for like comedians.
For sure. Yeah.
I'm just like in the back, I'm like, maybe if I laugh really loud, they'll be like, I like that guy. No, they don't. They never like that guy.
Yeah, no.
Like, this guy ruined my set.
Maybe you need to be doing roasting. That was pretty damn good, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
That's great. Yeah.
That was pretty good. You made my girlfriend laugh, which is always good. So that's good.
Does he take phone calls on the golf course?
I don't play golf.
Edgar has a roast for him where he's doing this all the time.
Yeah, with my earbuds. When he walks in, I gotta tell him I'm not like talking to him, so I'll always go like this, and so he does this all the time to me. Like when he walks in.
Dude, it's impossible to wear like AirPods and not look like a total douche.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's impossible.
You just own it at that point.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Nope.
One caramel macchiato, please. And then you just like freaking. Then you just throw a 20 on the desk and like walk away.
Are you familiar with the show Boondocks? It's an anime. There's a whole bit about they're robbing a house and one of them's on the one of them has a Bluetooth, and he's like, "Your booty looks so good in them jeans," and like the other robber thinks that he's talking about them because he's like leaning over. It's just good. It just reminds me of that. I haven't even thought of that in like 15 years probably, but just thought of it just now.
Also, dude, how many drinks are you gonna drink on this show? I think that's your third.
No,
whatever.
Holy fuck, dude!
I have a Gatorade. I have a Baja Blast. I have this Dr. Pepper here. I have Marcus's water.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I have lots of bevs.
Yeah.
Lots of bevs.
This guy.
Yeah. Bev.
Lots of liquids to get him fueled up for stand up.
No.
Jason Beverly.
I love a good bev. That's what I realized about podcasts. So whenever I have a guest on, I'm like, hey, what bevs do you want? That's what I always ask.
You always
We asked you if you wanted a beer, and then we couldn't get you a beer, but we asked.
We could have.
Yeah.
You asked.
We could have figured.
I should have thrown a fit. I should have threatened the walk off.
No, you actually canceled the beer, and because you saw a dirty pecker.
That is true. I did cancel the beer. I was like, they got freaking Dr. Pepper. I didn't know that was an option.
What did you say it was?
It's just a Dr. Pepper.
I would like to
I think you
take.
said a dirty pepper.
You're hearing things. Man.
Okay, I think you definitely said that.
I would also like to take this moment on the biggest platform I've ever been on.
Yep.
To address the fact that a tragedy has happened. The Dr. Pepper milkshake is gone from Whataburger, and I'm very pissed off about it. I made an Instagram post.
I seen it.
Okay. Guys, I made an Instagram post the other day, and it said, hey, something very bad happened in my personal life. I'm not going to be responding on social media for a while. And then I made another post, and I said, just make sure you hold your loved ones close in this trying time. And then I said, the Dr. Pepper milkshake went away. And then everyone started like texting me. He's like, are you okay? What's going on?
Because they didn't wait till the end.
Yeah, they didn't wait till the end. Which was nice. It was nice to feel love.
You like Whataburger too?
I love it.
Dude, you're Texan through and through that. What the heck are you doing here?
No,
Like barbecue, Texas barbecue.
Texas
love
barbecue.
it.
What do you say? The burgers from what's that?
Pete Harry's.
Pete Harry's,
Pete
right?
Harry's.
I love it. It's where I'm going to end up. It's just like, I think my goal is I'm going to be like a headliner here.
Yeah.
I want to try to headline Comedy Works and then move. I think that's my plan. So
By
figure out a way
Texas.
to just get the yes. Austin just is awesome.
Yeah. And it's like becoming the comedy capital of the world.
Yeah, especially if I can start building really good relationships. That's all you can do. Like most of the biggest opportunities I've gotten wasn't through like clubs or venues. It was through building relationships with headliners.
For sure.
And building people, like I almost guarantee it's probably a similar case in your business. You know?
for sure.
Like it was you building connections with business owners and
Always, yeah.
and doing that is going to give you way more success than like trying to like do the thing. It's like my dad always told me that more money's made over like golf courses and lunches than are ever made in a boardroom. It's like that was his phrase. It's just like you build relationships with
Actually,
people.
I think I've heard that
Yeah.
a similar phrase, at least something like
yeah,
that.
that's what. It's just like I just heard it from my dad. That's how I know about it. But
Well, your dad's a pretty wise guy.
yeah, dude, she's smart cookie when it comes to business stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so like I called him the other day because I'm looking at like making a sketch show. I think I talked with you about it, and I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, like I'm like, crap. This is like I have to figure out a way to get actors, and I have to figure out all this different stuff. It's like, how do I write the thing? What do I do? Do I have to need to get a production team? Do I need to have a budget? What's my promotional strategy? How am I going to target the ads to try to get the product in front of the right people? How can I figure out a way to get the attention I'm trying to get? Like, all that different stuff. Like that's like 9 different things you have to figure out. When I just want to go make a joke about like Donald Trump doing dirty jobs. That's all. That's a sketch I want to make because I have that. I have the funny part, and then you have to do this entire business piece as well at the same time.
Well, I want to help with that.
I'd love to. We're gonna do 3 more days of writing, and then this summer we're gonna shoot because that's like my co-writers, Noah and Alex.
Noah and Alex.
Yeah, they're 2 separate people. Okay. So I think it's So we're all writing.
Noah and Alex.
Noah and Alex. Yeah, they're my 2. I met them at MSU Denver, funny enough.
Oh,
and
really?
Literally, I was just walking
Marvel
through.
Universe?
Metropolitan State University, Denver. MSU Denver. So they're the Roadrunners.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're the Roadrunners. It's like,
mascot.
if you ever watched the Roadrunner, it's like it is the dumbest creature that's ever lived. It's like a little like
I've seen
bird
them
thing.
in real life, yeah.
They look terrible. Every Roadrunner you see looks like it's going to die all the time. It's not a healthy animal, and that was the mascot of my college.
Nice.
So, but I met Noah and Alex there, so that was really cool. But we've been writing sketches for, I don't know, probably like we do like once a week, probably every week, and we've done it for like 9, 10-ish weeks.
Okay, but not actually produce them yet.
Not produce them. Yeah, we're just trying to get like funny ideas. Then we're gonna pick our best 7. We're gonna shoot those and like try to drive a lot of traffic to those. And then we have another 7 that we really like, and we're gonna shoot those and then try to sell that as a hidden thing behind a paywall to try to have a product that I can sell after shows.
Cool.
So when I'm doing like my merch pitch, I'm like, hey, you guys, thank you guys so much for coming to the show. I'm going to be selling stickers backstage. Those are going to be donation based. Also, there's going to be a QR code. Actually, I wrote a sketch show and something that you can do to get some additional comedy as well as, like support me. It's going to be $7 and you get 7 episodes. It's $1 an episode for $1 per sketch, and you can have it for however long you want.
Oh, hell yeah.
So like have that as a pitch instead of me just being another comedian that has like their pitches like t-shirts or hoodies but I'm just going to do stickers that are donation based, and that's a Venmo. And then I'm going to have the sketch show, and that's going to have, but I'm also going to have stuff for free in terms of being able to market myself.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in giving stickers out because they're promotional pieces, like,
Yeah.
But if they also want to pay, adding that pay what you can.
Yeah, just pay what you can. Yeah, it's no big deal. But also just come to me and talk after the show. That's what I'm going to say. So I got to get that done before my show on the 1st because I got to actually plug stuff.
And so are you sticking with JJ Alexander?
JJ is the stage name. Jason Alexander.
To diffuse the confusion that might possibly
Well,
come
the
up?
thing the reason why I changed it was like I would get heckled in some of my sets because they'd be like Seinfeld, and like,
it can be
I'd
annoying
hate
a
it.
bit,
And so I was like, I just would.
You probably heard that a lot.
Yeah,
your
and
whole entire
everyone thinks
life.
they're the first person that thought about it.
Yeah.
And just like,
Is he
this
that
sucks.
famous? I mean, Seinfeld.
He's
of course.
he's a B-list celebrity.
No, it's not Seinfeld. It's Jason Alexander.
Well, I know, but from Seinfeld is what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You know who Jason Alexander is?
Yeah.
I
Like,
do know
watch
who
the
Jason
show.
Alexander is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also like it kind of like whenever like Seinfeld or Curb Your Enthusiasm comes up, it's like, oh, it's kind of just in the ether. But yeah, it's like, I've heard people like be like, I should have just done like Jay or something, but
JJ's great.
I like JJ.
Yeah, me too.
Also, it was like my mom used to call me JJ the jet plane when I was a kid.
Oh, there you go.
That was like
There you
my
go.
nickname.
Yeah.
That's my nickname. If you can edit a picture of JJ the jet plane right here, I do look exactly like JJ the jet plane. It's a very good
JJ.
reference.
Like a whole different person.
Wow.
Without the mustache. I should write
Was
a
that
joke
to-
about that or something.
Was that
yeah.
a Thomas the Train spinoff or what?
Kind of. Okay. I think it was similar animation style. It was a plane with a face.
Okay, yeah, so similar.
Which is weird, and I don't understand why children's television is just made by some guy on
Creepy
mushrooms.
guys, yeah.
It's insane. Yeah, very creepy people.
Well, what's his name? Harlan Williams did this show about. It was a kids show. It was like it blew up. It was like There's Paw Patrol, and then there was his show, and like they were both like massive. Like you know who Harlan Williams is, right?
I think so.
Okay, you know
is he on Kill Tony?
Harlan Williams?
Yeah.
He was just on Kill Tony like last week.
He wrote a children's TV show.
Yeah.
I did not know.
What's the children's TV
It's
show?
about dogs. It's an animation show. Like in the 80s, he was getting into like CGI animation and
Is
stuff.
it okay if I pull it up?
Dog show? Like Blue's Clues or what?
No, it's new. It's
Bluey.
Not, well,
Is it Bluey?
It's not new, but it's like it's over the last five
It
years.
might be Bluey then.
I don't think so.
Oh my gosh, it might be Bluey. Okay, Harlan Williams.
Look it up. Pull it up.
I don't know any other dog shows.
Where's my phone? I lost my phone. All right, found it.
That'd be really cool.
What was I looking for?
Rocket Man, Sorority,
I
Dumb
can't
and
do
Dumber,
this with the
Puppy Dog and Pals.
Puppy Dog Pals. Yeah, yeah. It was massive though. It was like he's probably made a really good amount of money off of it. But yeah, it's just a random thing. I don't even know why I brought it up now.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy.
You're familiar with it?
That's so interesting.
Isn't it?
Because he's really funny.
Oh,
dude.
Harlan Williams. He's yeah, I love Harlan Williams. Yeah, he's a great comedian.
That's so cool.
He killed it.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah, he
Okay,
killed
sweet,
it.
Yeah.
Also,
a big
did you
guy,
see
yeah.
the new Dr. Phil Kill Tony?
Yeah.
that
That
was
came out
awesome.
yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
that
one
was hilarious, dude.
Yeah, dude. What's cool about that is like this is why like getting out of your hometown is great. Like a guy I met when I was down in Austin, we just like hung out and drank beer. So I'm like, holy crap, he was on the show, and I like texted him like, hey, dude, just saw you on Kill Tony, awesome job, yada yada. Yeah, it was really cool.
Who saw
It was
who?
Yeah, I saw one of the guys I met when I was down in Austin. He was on the
Okay.
show that night. It was
Okay,
really cool.
nice. Yeah.
Last night.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think,
There's it's like 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks
Oh,
ago.
whenever. Okay.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I'm trying to remember. There's a specific thing from that episode because I was literally just watching it earlier today.
The marriage.
Yeah, that was it. They got married on stage.
That was very funny.
That was
What?
great.
Yeah, they did like there was one guy I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get kicked out of the country in a couple months, so I'm trying to
Yeah.
focus in on
His
comedy.
set was good too. His minute was.
He was
pretty
funny.
good,
His minute was very funny. That angle was very funny on
the
that joke.
The Pornhub.
Yeah, it was funny. Yeah, but then the girl set I really liked. I really liked her set. That was awesome.
Yeah, Sherry was her name. She's an Iranian lady.
It was so fun.
Yeah, it was great. But yeah, you can go watch that. This is this podcast, not that podcast.
Yeah, dude.
That's a good thing about comedy too. It's like so universal. Like anybody can be funny. Like literally anybody.
Not anyone.
Well, anybody from any background could be funny, which is freaking awesome. Like at night, anybody.
What was that debate you guys were having about Marcus being funny? About Marcus being funny?
I think he's funny.
Oh yeah, she don't think he's funny.
My girlfriend doesn't think that's fine. That's
Yeah,
fine.
we don't. Yeah.
Well, I would like to say also, I am literally like there's like physical evidence that I'm a funny person.
Oh,
No, like by
Let's just
winning
make everything about
by
JJ
winning
at this
by winning like that comedy competition.
yeah.
Oh,
Every
yeah.
girl I've dated has been like, I don't understand why people think you're so funny.
Really?
Yeah.
oh, so it's women.
That's not true. They do. I would like to say this on. Look at where my hands are. Okay. I would like to say this. They're very smart and funny.
All women?
Very good. Yes. All of them. Bueno. I judge by the content of the character.
Yeah.
I've met very
Me too,
unfunny ladies and I've met very funny
Yeah.
ladies.
So
I don't think it has anything to do with it. I think it has to deal with how much trauma you've gone through. That's what makes you funny.
Yeah. Which is
Anyone can be
hilarious.
funny. You just have to be in pain.
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the time.
Oh yeah. Oh for sure.
One female comedian that I love is Jordan Jensen. I don't know if you're familiar with her. She is fucking
She's great.
hilarious.
I love Leanne Morgan and Angela Johnson. Those
Okay.
are two incredible.
I haven't heard of those two actually. Yeah.
Very, very funny. Yes.
The Asian nails?
Asian nails. That's her. She's incredible.
Danielle does it like the best impression of her because Danielle's a quarter Korean. Yeah, so she does
That's
like
awesome.
the best impression. Yeah, the
That's
Asian
great.
accent. It's
Oh.
so funny.
That's
Oh
very
yeah.
fun.
That actually reminded me of something from Kill Tony. You said quarter comedian. What was the song that Casey Rocket did? It was Quarter Way Home, or I don't know stuff. But it was great. But yeah,
Never made it as a wise man.
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, come
I love
on, we're
Casey
hanging
Rocket.
out. We're having a good time. That was a bit that I could, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen anybody like him.
Me neither. He's
yeah.
so unique. Yeah,
like
I
it.
love it. He's
It's
well,
fun. But I know he would bomb in like a lot of rooms I've seen.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
But also, I don't know.
you said you haven't seen anyone like him. What I compare him to is a Robin Williams, a Jim Carrey, like
Joe Coy.
Yeah, I don't know about Joe Coy, but
Joe Coy's also very animated.
he's got that wild uses the whole stage. But yeah, it's
Robin-
just super rambunctious.
Yeah, but it's like he's like kind of like a more unruly. He's definitely like the first like I think real Gen Z comedian is like Casey
Yeah.
Rocket.
How old is he?
I think probably around there.
You're Gen Z too, right?
Yeah, I'm Gen Z.
No, he's Gen Z 1.
Gen Z one.
That's stupid. That's
After
stupid.
01 or what?
He's type 1.
Casey Rocket
Type 1
age.
Gen Z.
He's your age, Annie.
It says 53 years old. That's not true.
53.
Casey Rocket disability is the next.
Misinformation.
Casey Rocket is the Obama schizophrenia.
Oh yeah.
These are funny. Dude,
It doesn't show his
it's
age?
So I can't. No, I'm so.
Pause.
It says 39 and 49 years old. There's no way.
39 and 49.
There's no way.
That's not an age.
You can't. I literally can't find it.
I think he's like 28 or something like that.
Yeah, because there's
That's not
like
Gen
this
Z
Reddit
though, is
thing.
it?
It said if you like Casey Rocket, how old are you? Oh,
This many. It does say it says between 39 and 49.
Is that part of his skit? You just kept finding his age or what?
That's
That's
great.
crazy.
Oh, that might be. What if he's never
just
disclosed it? He's still coming up too, so
Unsearchable?
it's like
Oh, and he won the Austin comedy competition in 2022.
Oh, fantastic.
So he's real bright. So before we land
Yeah,
this
man.
plane, man, where can we find you? Let your
Yeah,
comment
dude,
right there.
What is it? The plane?
You can find me as JJ the Jet Plane. JJ
JJ
underscore stand up. Yeah, also check out the JJ Alexander Show on YouTube. We're gonna have a bunch of episodes coming out in the very couple weeks. We are going to upload probably one almost every day because we're just very behind.
Okay.
I have like 30 episodes like backlogged.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's very bad. I'm very bad at organization, but I need to like get like an upload calendar. But yeah,
Yeah.
thank you guys so much for having me on, guys.
This
You
has
guys
been
are the
awesome. And that's a podcast, right?
It's a podcast, yeah, just normal podcast, and I'm gonna start putting like some sketches and crowd work clips on there as well. So
Cool, man.
Oh, yeah, thank you guys for having me on. I
Yeah,
appreciate
this has
it.
been awesome.
And then you
brother,
do
for
open
sure,
mics.
man.
You have your
always.
show.
I got dates. June 1st, Labasca's Tap Room. June 9th, Comedy Works South, opening up for Mike Hammock. Please get your tickets now. I can send you guys a link to put or whatever. But yeah, like
We won't
yeah.
put it in there.
No, that's fine.
Send it though.
Okay. I'm not sure what your guys' turnaround
No,
time
send it.
is.
Yeah.
Too.
It's next week.
Nine,
Next
nine days.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty fast. I need to work on that. It's like I filmed episodes like 2 months ago. I'm like, crap.
I feel that. Yeah, we've
Yeah.
been there too. So I
Yeah, it's
understand
definitely
that.
just it's a learning process. But yeah, but JJ underscore stand up on all the Instagrams and all that stuff. But thank you guys.
Alrighty. Thanks for filling in, man.
Always,
By the
man.
way, just so everybody knows, we had a cancellation. JJ stepped up and said, "Bring me on." We
Stepped
haven't
up,
had,
put me on.
we haven't
Stepped
had
in.
him on in like 3 years. Has it been
Yeah,
3 years?
it's crazy how
It's been
much
probably
like,
2021.
Yeah, it's crazy how much my life's changed in that. Because yeah, it was
Where
like
you
when
live?
I talked, it was like kind of like comedy was like an afterthought. Now it's like, oh, that's it.
It's your full time
Yeah,
gig.
I love it. I love it so much. And it's
Let us
awesome.
know, man. We're happy to support. Come out there. And
Always,
just,
brother.
like,
Dude, you guys are the best.
I'm trying my
Yeah.
first open mic this Sunday. What
Let's
time is
go.
it at
You got
Oscar Blues?
6:30.
6:30. I'm gonna try it.
we'll hold you to it, dude.
Yeah,
I'll
we'll
try
just-
Sunday.
I'm doing
Yeah.
it.
Well, also you can double dip too. You can just go up at Oscar Blues and you can go up at La Burla B. So you can double dip.
Oh, and we love La Burla B.
No. You love LeBron. Everybody behind the scenes is like,
Yeah. All right. So this has been the COS Business Podcast, and we're here, we're leaving, and we're gone. Our highlighted sponsor of today was Franchise Succeed. Make sure to check them out at franchisesucceed.com. That's his dad. All right. We'll see you guys on the next one.